for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. To hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start cooking on those key third down throws.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. This defense for the Cowboys, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throw left side complete. That's Green. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Nifty move. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action now, Prescott. He's got Mason complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 1st and goal from the 3. Elliott will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield or man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Newton swinging this out wide here for Cook. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Vikings, nothing.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 24, Newton. And a loose football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. They can get it at the 39. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Newton now to throw. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The big fella. 20, 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And last thing you want to do, partners, help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll try the middle with Cook, and he'll get this one up to about his 14.
It was Osa Odighizuwa on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now on 2nd and 16, Newton toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Newton on first down.
Open right side, complete to Rager.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 36, Newton, and he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Micah Parsons.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now it's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
This is fielded at the 27. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Nwonger now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown!
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now. Going to score 8 times in a row would be terrific, but to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain their pace? We'll see as we go along.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 20. And the Cowboy first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open book beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Well, it'll set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Inside give to Elliott. He is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A first down throw for Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So what a turnaround there. A roughing call on the field goal try leads to 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott firing quickly here and the ball is knocked out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We've all seen this before. And we know coaches preach this and walk up all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
20.
A final shot before the break. Newton. He'll fire deep for Rager. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
At the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on second down, Newton. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Newton to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a warm kick.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material.
Out to his left. And it's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
10th carry now for Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing, Prescott, flushed out right. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
On second and goal, Prescott.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 30 on second down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Off the play fake, Prescott on the move to his left.
Man, open downfield is Gallup. He's got it.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense is really keep him contained.
2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle, Jones. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try to finish off a game.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
They created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyler Beatty with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
His kick is good.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They're facing a big fourth quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They run it again with Cook. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but now from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Great.